So I'm selling this IT400d. It's a 1977. I'm making a couple of little videos about it so that to give you some insight, some information. If you're looking for a 400d, then this is probably the best one you're going to find. I mean, it's really nice. I say that because I bought it from the original owner, an old guy that bought it new in Vickery Yamaha in Denver in 1977. And it's only got 1,500 original miles on it. We had the Speedo on it from new. It's the original Speedo. He had it road registered up until 1984. He used to ride to a place called the Rampart, which is like a Rampart mountain area that you can ride dirt bikes in to the west of Denver, up in the mountains. He used to ride there with his son. He did one river race on it. I've actually done another video when I bought it. He kindly agreed to do a video with me to give me some history of it. It was big board to 425 by Vickery Yamaha, which was an option back then. Not because it needed it, because he's got hot rods. He's got all kinds of Model T bucket hot rods and crazy bikes and all kinds of stuff. And he's a bit of a speed freak. So anyway, if you're looking for an IT400, then the D is the best one. If you're not gonna compete, if you're gonna do, I don't know, more kind of trail riding and stuff, because it's really well mannered, well behaved. You can ride it around the city, and then, but when you open it up, it's got that grunt. It's really powerful. It's in super condition, and it starts right up, and it purrs like a kitten. I've had a few IT400s. The IT400F is probably not one to get if you're gonna just tinker around, because it's got much bigger porting. The jetting is much larger. For example, when you set the idle mixture on these, I think it's you screw the idle mixture at 1 1/4 turns. That's how much air you let in. With the 400F, you have to. I think it's like 2.5 turns. You have to let that much air in because there's so much fuel going through. But this is a really nice, easy ride with tons and tons of power. So probably one of the best two-stroke off-road motorcycles ever built, actually. And this was my personal bike. I was actually going to keep it. Really sorry to let it go. But I came across something I couldn't refuse, which was a Kawasaki H1500B 1972. And that's like the pinnacle of everyone's collection. So I had to get that. So I got to sell some stuff to make that all work. But yeah, it's really nice. It's got a brake light unit fitted from Vickery Yamaha back in '77. So it's got a brake light switch. It's a little bit temperamental, the switch. It would probably have been a better idea to put a switch on the front brake lever, because they actually do a perch with a switch in it that probably wasn't available back then. So you might want to swap that over. But yeah, I mean, what have I done to it? I changed the petcock because that was pretty gummy and not great condition. But I bought a Japanese one that was the most expensive option, and it's just like the original, weighs the absolute ton. So that's on there. You can have the old one. There was a dent in the front rim. I actually found a really nice front wheel for it. You can have the original, but I found a really nice front wheel, and I fitted that. I'll go get that rim. So here's the original rim, and that's the original paint on there. I mean, it's perfect. You know, it's really, really nice. It's like new. So you may want to rebuild, put a new rim on this, because it's got a crack there. Oh, you can see that. But you can see the insides. There's no rust on any of these, spoke tighteners, spoke tensioners. So I mean, that will go with it, and the spokes are like brand new. So you could rebuild this for, if you're a collector, I'm pretty sure that's what you want to do. So there it is. It has the original fanny pack on there. That's the original one. I won't open it up, but he's put some spares in there like spark plugs. This is the original seat. It's got one repair on this side. I'll pick the camera up and show you in a second. There's no Yamaha graphic on this side because I think it looks like, you know, it may have hit it with a pressure washer. They don't stick to this plastic very well. This is the original. I did buy a set for 50 bucks, I think it was, on eBay. And I've usually had good luck with those, but the set came out and it wasn't perfect, so I wasn't going to fit it, so I sent it back. Right, I'll pick up the phone and walk around it. Original miles. These are from tie downs. Original cables, switches, plastic boots. The original tyres. You can't get these things anymore, they cost a fortune. There you go, all original up top there. The brake plate is original. The rest of this wheel is replaced, like I just explained. Even the original boots with no splits. And the reason this this tank, I haven't restored this tank or done anything to these plastics. You know, I have had them where I've scraped them and cleaned them and done all that stuff. This is all original. It was just kept garaged, so the UV didn't get to it. So that's why it's not faded. It's all good in there. That's the original carb. I just cleaned it out and blew it and it started right up. You might want to paint your yellow circles on there. Chain, I've tensioned it onto the tighter side and it's on 6. I did a little bit of touch up here and I used black epoxy. So, I mean, that's going to last forever. The reason that I did was this, where you can see the chain adjuster pip that locks it, that goes into the cam. That had come loose, so there was a blob of braze on there where they just brazed it back. I just thought it just deserved a lick of epoxy on there. And this is a beautiful, beautiful bike. You know, and the guy was a really nice guy, successful car dealer business back in the day. Now he's in his 70s, might even be 80. It wanted for nothing. So there's the period cast aluminum stop tail lamp unit. So that silencer's got no dents in it. Usually they're battered to shit. Original fanny bag. The original seat. There's the repair. There's like a 1/2 inch, I don't know, stab hole sort of thing, you know, a little split there where something's pushed against it. I'd seen this done before and it was genius. It's a puncture repair patch. Works a treat. So yeah, the back tyre is on the chunky side. It's one of the bigger ones. It's a Yokohama. It's in good condition. Yeah, it's a 550, which is like right at the limit of what you can put on these. I did touch up this side panel. Not side panel. The clutch cover. Again, I've got epoxy on there. That's black epoxy. You know, it's going to last forever. Or it's going to last a good while. That's for sure. I just thought it deserved it. It was just scuffed in this area. And I've not gone crazy and oversprayed everything like you see people do. You know, I've been doing this a while. Yeah, it was all masked up correctly. You know, there's no paint where it shouldn't be, sort of thing. And obviously the belly pan was off for it, you know. Yeah, so there's the brand new petcock I put on there, which is exactly the same as the original. As I say, it weighs a ton. It's very high quality, made in Japan. Obviously put a new filter in there. Yeah, it's all really good. So yeah, so this side the graphics missing. I just haven't found a company that makes a good enough graphic, else it would be on there. I'm sure there is somebody that does, but right now, as of now, I haven't found anything suitable, in my opinion. So, so this is what I bought, which is the holy grail of most people's bike collection, which is the H1500d, which was under 6 feet of water in Utah, and I stripped it all down, blew it all out, and it started right up, which I was really pleased about. So I would rather sell the Triumph Bonneville than that IT, but you know, that's not ready for sale. I don't have a title for it yet, and I've got to put the motor back together. That's one that's already sold, a 400. Quite a nice bike, but nothing like this. So, so yeah, let me just have a think. So yeah, so the guy's too old to ride it. His name's Gary. He was in the car business, buying and selling cars. Very, very successful. Huge house with like a big hangar full of hot rods. He was sad to see it go. And so am I. But then again, you know, poor me, finding an H1. Let's have another quick look around it, see if there's anything I missed. All right, well, thanks for looking. If I can think of anything else to add, then I'll put it in the titles and descriptions. This is not going to be cheap. It's not going to go really cheap, because I think if a serious collector's going to want this, and he's going to be prepared to pay a reasonable price for it, and that's what I expect for it, because I'm just not going to let it go too cheap. All right, well, thanks for looking, and I wish you luck, and it's a great bike.